Guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp of the Limp. We're going to jump right back into where we left off with fighters in the Pacific. I do believe I'm going to retain initiative, I think. So let's count it out real quick. For me, I have 1, 2, 3, because these are all one group, 4, 5, 6, because these two are at low altitude. So it should be 6 points for me. They have 2, 4, 6, 7, because these count as 2 separate groups, since these two are a single air group and that guy is down at low altitude. He is in a separate group. So they are beating me by 1 point, which means I got the lower, which means I retain initiative, and they're going to have to move all of their aircraft first. So let's see what we're going to move, y'all. Well, let's do some of these easy ones over here first. I know these torpedo bombers are going to just keep coming in this way. There's no reason for them to turn just yet. And should they stay at low altitude or climb? I think we're going to stay at low altitude. Try to get some more distance. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, I picked up the damn torpedo instead of the plane. 1, 2, 1, 2. Wish I could get just a little more distance on these guys, but the power just blipped at my ass. Okay, but they can drop torpedoes. Let's see. If I slide with them, actually, I think I'm going to have done that. Slide them over one as part of my move, because I could start sliding them this way, right? And that way, when they launch their torpedoes, they'll be coming in this direction, because the torpedoes will go that way. They'll move 2 per. But if these fighters get around on my 6, they could go ahead and drop torpedoes on the next turn, and at least they would be in the direction of nailing the carrier. So that would put a hurt on me. And I don't think the torpedoes have a range, at least not that I've seen. So yeah, we're going to add a slide to their move. So instead of them going 2 forward, they're going to go 1 slide and 1 forward. Do that for them instead. That way we get a little bit of left movement on these guys. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right, perfect. That takes care of those, because they're definitely targeting the carrier. And fighters over here, that's all of them. Let's see, 2, 4. I thought they had something else. Oh, these are 2 groups up here. That's what it is. Yeah, so you guys are seeing over here, get a few more slides in here and then drop torpedoes. Make the carrier have to worry for itself. All right, now we've got these. These guys are just going to turn. It's 1 and then 2. See no reason not to turn like that. And this guy, I do believe I'm just going to climb with him, because that will get him. Yeah, that'll get him at the right altitude. And then he'll be linked up with this air group. That'll change it up. It'll make it harder on me on the next turn. Plus, that makes it to where he's coming in on the carrier here. And he can, yeah, it'll take him a couple more turns at least to get onto him. So it gives me a little distance. But that turns them back into a single group. So definitely good for him to climb. Now, what all do we have left? I think it's just their zeros over here. They got zeros, and the rest of these are my aircraft. I've got fighters coming in over here. They have fighters here, but I've got dauntless dive bombers, torpedo bombers here, but one of them is damaged. Oh, I forgot. I should have counted the point, because being damaged counts as a point. We're not going to worry about it. It's too late. Walked out all this back, but we're good. That would have counted. Although that would have tied us up anyway, and I would have retained initiative since I already had it. So no huge deal. Nothing would have changed. What are we doing with these guys, though? How can I get them on some 6s over here? Because there's some Dauntless Dive Bombers here, and there's some Torpedo Bombers here. I'd like to get these guys on them, but that's just... What if we go 1, 2, 3, put them over here, and then maybe climb with them on the next one, and like climb to the left? That's what I'm kind of thinking. Maybe get in on these guys. And they could cover for those spiders coming in. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to put them up over here because there's fighters coming in from me over here, so I need to try to get some distance. I kind of want to stay out of those guys' way too. Yeah, we're going to stick with that. We're not going to overthink this. They're activated. Those guys condense down, which is going to get them into a better initiative spot. So that should be all of our Japanese aircraft. And now we got to figure out what we're going to do with my stuff. All right, let me see if I can get these guys kind of looped back around on each other, or even potentially over here next to these valves. Not next to them, but near them maybe. Let's see, if he goes 1... Now, see, because that would touch, but I can go through them as long as I don't end. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. In what direction would he be facing? He'd be facing that way. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can do that. So if he goes 1, 2, 3, and this guy goes 1, 2, 3. That keeps them in the same direction, so they're together. Perfect. We're looping them back around to come over here, try to get onto those cates to keep them from dropping torpedoes. I can scream up on the next one, and what are we going to do here? I kind of want to just fly the plane forward and just crash it right into the aircraft carrier, but I can't do that. He's a fighter. He's got to do some fighty stuff. Let's see if I turn him, get him around, maybe split S and come in on these guys. Screw it. We're just going to go 1, 2, 3. Just fly him to there. Figure out a spot for him later. I'm just kind of circling him around. Do something else with him when it's pertinent. All right, now we got to get our bombers and let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just keep screaming them forward. We got torpedo bombers coming in over here, and now I kind of want to point them in a different direction as well, because I'm thinking about what I'm doing with those Japanese guys. So I think I want to turn these. See, 1, 1, 2, 2, get them going that direction. And I guess they could drop torpedoes, but the torpedoes are slower and shit. These American torpedoes suck. They're slower in the planes. The Japanese torpedoes are great. They're actually pretty quick. They're as fast as the planes. So I'm actually now thinking there's no reason for me not to drop the Japanese torpedoes and just let them scoot and pull these guys back around for reloads, or to have them come up here and attack my bombers. All right, I got fighters over here, so I got to move these guys, do something with them. Let's get some altitude on them. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Get them moved forward. Okay, that should be there. He's activated. And this group's activated, and that should be all of our planes. Now we cut around back to our carrier groups, see what we got going on with these guys. All right, they got 1 valve left. We are going to raise 1 more valve, and then we're going to launch this group, get them going. Let's see. So, all right, we're going to move our carrier forward 1. And if they launch, let's see, should we just turn them? Yeah. We'll just turn with these guys. And that'll be their movement. So 1 to launch, 1 to turn. They're activated. So they've got a second wave of bombers coming in on the American ships. That is not good. Let's move our destroyer forward 1, and now let's see what we got going on with our American aircraft. We'll throw another SBD up. They've raised, and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. Launch, since the Americans can only get 1 up, or 2 up at a time rather. Might as well go ahead and launch these guys, get something going with them. All of my groups are smaller. 2 torpedo bombers, 2 fighters, 2. The Americans really just are at that disadvantage. They have slightly better aircraft, but it's harder for them in the scenario, which I can see why they would design the scenario that way, because the Japanese aircraft being slightly worse, if the Americans were able to get up comparable amounts of aircraft, it would definitely cause some issues for them. But there we go. Flight deck is empty, which actually I might even leave it empty for a little bit, because there is a hit coming. That bomb's going to get him. I don't think I'm going to be able to get away from it. But the thing of it is when he hits, right? When he hits, then anything I have on the deck goes, but I won't lose launch capability, right? Because I've only got 2, so it doesn't matter anyway if I take the 1 hit. Ooh, but I don't want to take the hit back there, because if I take it back there, then the aircraft carrier can't move anymore. Oh, that would be a problem. I don't want to do that. That would be bad juju. But I can move him forward 1 more time, and that'll be all right. Try to get him away from this bomb coming in for at least another turn or 2, but that's going to slow me down, because I've got to launch aircraft, but I can't launch aircraft if I'm going to take the hit, because anything on that flight deck gets taken out. Right now, they're all in the hangar. I have nothing on the flight deck. It's cleared. So I either have to basically raise and launch just a single aircraft on the next one, or something. I got to figure it out if I'll have time to do 2. Oh, there's just so much more going on. All right, so let's pull our little tokens off, and we'll refigure out for initiative, because that is probably going to change. The Japanese got themselves into a better position, but they also launched some stuff. I launched some stuff, so it might have changed. Let me recalculate this. Okay, so I think I'm still going to retain it, which means they're going to have to move first. I think it's that way, because they should have 7 and I should have 7. Whoa, wait, I forgot about the damage again, which means they should probably get it, which means I'm going to have to move first, because they've got 2, 4, 6, 7. If I'm counting that right, 2, 4, 6, 7. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, so that should put me at 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 point for the damaged aircraft, I do believe. Yep, each damaged aircraft, 1 point. Crap. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna suck. I am gonna have to move all my stuff first. So I got 1 little fighter here. I think I got myself a plan to at least put some fire on this SOB, because if I split S pointing that way, then that would cover that. But he'd be able to get out of it and they'd be able to stay together. But I'd still be on their 6. Oh, no, I could get him. No, yeah. Okay, we're going to try it. We'll see what happens. So Do I? No, I don't keep it. The arc goes in a different direction. Oh, I was sitting there thinking it would point over to the left a little bit, but it's not going to be. So pointing like this, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 hexes are where his arc of fire is. Damn! I was thinking I would be able to get him. So, new. He's not going to get that. So, he is going to have to dodge, though, because that's what I'm firing at. Now, technically, both of these aircraft are in the fields of fire, but I can only go after one. So he's going to have to dodge forward, but that is going to be his activation to get out of the fields of fire. Oh, but he's got a field of fire on the fighter. No. Yes. Oh, look. A 1, 2, 3. Shit. Oh. Damn, I just damaged my fighter without even thinking about it. I just damaged my fighter. Crap. All right, well, that didn't work. All I did was move him forward 1 and take some hurt because that's retaliatory shot coming in. This is a response from the Val. Damn, that was me. That was me not paying attention. I was more worried about being able to get the arc, and I didn't even have the arc in the right spot. Now, had I been able to get that shot, I would have killed him in one go if he were there, right? If he finished there because of that aircraft being flammable. But since I did not, he was able to move, took a little damage. So that sucks butt. So we're gonna try to be a little smarter with our next. I think with our fighters here, let's see. If I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, that's what we're going to do for now. We're going to play it a little bit slower so I can come in on the next turn because their movement's only 2. I should be able to get at least one of these aircraft taken out on the next turn. Hopefully, that's my thought. Ooh, and I could bomb their destroyer. Ooh, I could bomb. I can kill their destroyer. We're going to kill their destroyer. I've got it. I didn't even notice. I've got him in the right position. Screw this. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Look, 1, 2, 3 is a 1, 2, 3. And if they dive, they get a free hex, which means they will both finish there. They can drop their bombs and they will kill him. And I'll have one fighter, one SBD left with a bomb. Perfect. So we just took out their destroyer. All right. So effectively what they're doing, it doesn't matter. You have die bomb, level bomb, basically level bombing it, but they're diving down 1, right? To get the extra free hex, and then 1, 2, and then dropping the bomb. But they're both doing that where that destroyer was to get the points, which is nice. And to keep this guy level with them, we will do the same thing with him, but he still has his bomb. Perfect. And now they can provide some cover, maybe even go after these Vals while this SBD pulls around and goes after their carrier. Yes. We are going to kill you, you little sumbitch. All right, we're just going to move forward. These 2 torpedo bombers. He's here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Both of those guys go in there. Perfect. Activated. Throw that there. And you know what? They're close to being able, but those torpedoes are so slow. Oh God, I wish they were like Japanese torpedoes. Because Japanese torpedoes are so good. All right. They're good. We'll do these guys. Where do we want to go with our fighters? Let's bring them in. Should we bring them in or we should turn them a little bit later? Or maybe go after these guys. All right, so we'll go forward 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Activate those guys. Perfect. That way they're activated. And what do you think? Maybe climb with these guys? Yeah, we'll climb. Just so I get that extra bit of move or extra bit of altitude that I need. And they've got their bombs, so they're getting away from the carrier. But we got some bad guys coming in. I think that should be all of my aircraft. I got 2 bombers, 2 fighters, 2 torpedo bombers coming in. All right, here we go. We got to do our Japanese aircraft real quick. Now that we've done our American aircraft, let's get these bombers out of the way. This one's already activated. So go 1 and 2. They're going to separate. Let's see. Where do I want to put these guys? Because I don't want them. They were lined up there. He already activated. Let's see. 1, 2. And I got to have them facing together. Yeah, that should be good. We'll go like that. That way they're cutting around. I don't want to go somewhere else with these guys. They can just run in a line down towards the carrier. That's really all they can do. And maybe just fight off these SBDs that are coming on at them. Doesn't matter. Still got a little fighter over here, but this guy can't move. So, all right, now we got our torpedoes. And actually, before we do those, let's get our fighters. Let's get these fighters out of the way. Can they even get on here? Oh, ooh, they might. They might. They might. Look, if he turns 1, 2, 3. Listen, 1, 2, 3. I don't think I can turn. Let's see, 1, 2. And the only way I can keep going that way, but I would have this one in a line of fire, so that would work. And if this guy goes 1, 2, 3, he would have that one in a line of fire, which means they could both put some damage, but I couldn't focus the fire. Oh, if I could get both to hit this one, I could take it out. Can I do that? Let's see, 1, 2, and 3. That ain't gonna work. I can get fields of fire on both of these aircraft, but I can't get both of them to have a single aircraft in a field of fire. I don't believe. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. He's gonna turn, he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, and he's pointing there. And this guy's gonna go 1, 2, 3. And their fields of fire are here and here. And the thing of it is, since these guys have already activated, they don't get to dodge. And this guy is technically in a field of fire, right? This rear arc here. However, he's in a cloud, so he's safe, which means they can put damage on both of these SBDs. It's the best I can do. I can wound them both. Oof. I can wound them both, but I can't kill one. Would have liked to have killed the one that still had a bomb, but that's all right. And that means they're activated. Good grief. Japanese are they're doing good. They're just getting all kinds of hits in. Let's see, they've damaged 4 of my aircraft that are flying, have taken hits. And these damage markers, they're cool. They look good, and they'll look good on like ships and stuff, but they are too big for planes. I think I could use like the red side of these to signify that it's taken a hit, but I like that smoky flame look, right? You know, they're billowing the smoke out because they've taken a hit, but it does kind of get in the way. It covers a little bit too much of the aircraft. It's not a huge deal, but it is what it is. Okay, before we do our torpedo bombers, I'm going to do these valves, get them out of the way real quick. And I think we're just going to turn in, see, 1, 2, 1, 2. And this guy's going to go 1, 2, and he's going to be separate. And the reason he's separate is because he's heading in towards the carrier, and he can drop in and do his bombing on the next run, but I don't want him coming in. He's not going to be able to make it on this run, but these guys can cut down and at least get in the way of these SPDs on the next turn. So yeah, they'll be good. All right, now our last set of torpedo bombers. They are coming in, and I think we're going to do what we did last time. We're going to go forward and slide, forward and slide, and forward and slide right underneath this guy. But they are all also now going to launch torpedoes, now that I realize that the torpedoes get to move 2 hexes as well, right? Well, not as well, but they move as fast as the aircraft. So there's no reason for me not to go ahead and launch these torpedoes and get some movement going with them. And then I can turn these around to try to attack some of the American aircraft that are coming in as well. All right, and to finish up, I have got to move forward 1 here with the aircraft carrier, because otherwise it's an easy bombing run on his rear section, which prevents him from being able to move. I don't think I can prevent him from getting hit the next turn. If it's not the next turn, it will be the turn after. He'll get hit, but maybe not make it so easy to just fly right across the rear section. Because if that spot gets hit, that backside, that means he no longer gets to move, steer, or do anything else. So I got to get him out of the way. And no destroyers to worry about. So we're just going to move our Japanese aircraft carrier up as one, but he is going to launch something. I think we're going to launch some Zeros because they have enough attack aircraft up. So we're going to load one. And is there anything coming in that's going to bomb? Nope, they've got time. They've got time. The Americans are going to get hit on the next round, so there's no way I can get enough aircraft up to do anything with them yet. I'm going to have to wait till they take their hit. But then the Japanese, they've got time. I think they can get 1, 2 more Zeros up in the air. All right, so this is where we are leaving off for this video. It has turned into a scrum here in the center, but it's really both sides are focusing on the main objective. Both sides have lost their destroyer, right? The destroyer was just too easy to get. Having 2 bombers being able to hit it at the same time prevents it from being able to hit some AA in return. I don't think we're going to have that problem with our carriers. Our carriers are going to be able to put that hurt lock back onto the planes that fight them or bomb them, because there's no way, short of dropping torpedoes from a distance, that they're going to be able to do that. Now, the Japanese have dropped torpedoes that are scrumming in towards the carrier, but that also, I did it right here when they were lined up. So they can go after the American torpedo bombers. They can swing around in towards the American bombers over here that now have fighters on top of them. These Kates can even try to slow down the fighters that would go after these fighters. So basically, them dropping here means their torpedoes can keep going at the same rate that they would have gone if they were still being carried by the fighters or not fighters, but by the bombers. And the bombers can try to do something else right here in the middle in the furball while the torpedoes are going. So there's really no reason not to launch them. Oh, and before I forget, the torpedoes actually move during the third phase. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So they'll be streaming in as well. And just so you guys can see that, move ships, move torpedoes, place reinforcements, launch aircraft, and check for a victory. So we'll pick back up. I think we're probably going to have 1, 2 more videos depending on how the next couple of rounds go, and we'll do some final thoughts about the game as well. All right, that's going to be it for this one. You guys take care. I will catch you in the next one.